Wike promised to build houses for judges. Femi Falana demands transfer of Rivers Assembly case to Port Harcourt. Human rights lawyer Femi Falana San has asked the Chief Judge of the Federal High Court, Justice John Tosho, to move a case involving the Rivers State government from Abuja to the Port Harcourt division, as reported by Vanguard. The case filed by a faction of the Rivers State House of Assembly by Matthew Amewelu seeks to stop the release of funds to local governments in the state. It was first assigned to Justice Emeka Inweti, then transferred to Justice Joyce Abdul Malik, both in the Abuja division. In a letter dated October 25, 2024, Falana's law firm, representing two defendants, argued that the Port Harcourt court is the proper place to handle the cases. The firm pointed out that the key defendants and other parties are based in Port Harcourt, giving the court their territorial jurisdiction. Falana also raised concerns about potential bias if the case stays in Abuja, mentioning that Mr. Nyesom Wike, Minister of the Federal Capital Territory and a former Rivers State governor, had promised to build houses for judges in Abuja and suggested that this could influence the court's independence. The law firm stressed that under Nigeria's constitution, the judiciary must remain financially independent and argued that the construction of judges' houses should be the responsibility of the National Judicial Council, not the executives. Apart from the issue of forum convenience, our clients have decided to request the transfer on the ground of likelihood of bias in the Abuja Judicial Division of the Federal High Court, as the Honorable Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Mr. Nyesom Wike, who is an interested party in this case, has announced plans to build houses for judges within the Kantape district of the Federal Capital Territory. The minister has promised to allocate about 10 out of the 40 houses to judges of the Federal High Court, Abuja. Your Lordship will agree with us. The act of building houses for judges by the executive is not in consonance with sections 81 and 121 of 3 of the Nigerian Constitution, which have guaranteed financial autonomy for the judiciary. Since the budget of the judiciary was increased from 168 billion naira to 345 billion naira in the 2024 Appropriation Act, it is the responsibility of the National Judiciary Council to ensure that houses are built for judges and distributed to them. It is the humble view of our clients that the decision of the Honorable Minister to build houses for judges may influence the outcome of the case, contrary to Section 36 of 1 of the Constitution, which stipulates that a court or tribunal shall be constituted in such manner as to secure its independence and impartiality. He added, the country where we live in, no law, no justice, no order. Justice and fairness, all of those things are very far away. Femi Falana is raising alarm right now that the case currently in the Rivers Assembly should be transferred to Port Harcourt, should be transferred to a Port Harcourt court. We know in the last, it was about 2 days ago that Nyesom Wike came out to say that funds should not be released for the local government in Rivers State. He's currently the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, previously Governor of Rivers State, but one would think that he'll be minding the things of the Federal Capital Territory and face that properly. And also, if we look at things as well, he doesn't have a good relationship with Fubara, the current governor of the state. And there are speculations that it could be on that note. That is why he's really pulling all this case and coming against the funds being sent to that state and all of that. But where Falana is coming from, I want to believe that Falana doesn't have any interest. He's not taking sides with any of them, either Fubara or Wike himself. What he's stating right now that if the case remains in Abuja, that there are chances that it's going to be, there are chances that a lot of things will go wrong, that is going to be influenced. And the report of Wike coming out to say that he plans to build houses for judges. I don't know if that is part of his job description as the minister of the Federal Capital Territory. From Femi's perspective, that is not the job of the executive. That is not for the executive to carry out that function. That is the function of the National Judicial Council. He repeated it, that not the executives at all. We don't want the decision of the courts to be influenced. Imagine them getting houses, and when they appear in court, it looks like returning a favor. But that's not what it should be. The court has to be independent as well. But since Falana has stressed that there are interests here, there are possible avenue for the court's decision to be influenced, he wants a transfer. I don't know if this will be adhered to, but we know he's a human rights lawyer, also doubles as a son. So his request now is being sent to the Chief Judge of the Federal High Court, Justice John. Is sending this request. So it's just a request he's putting out there. So it's for Justice John to look at it, look at his the credence he's giving to all of this, and also the concerns he's raising, why this case needs to be transferred to Port Harcourt. And for Femi Falana, he's stating that the reason he has to go to Port Harcourt is because that is where the local governments are. But it can be argued as well that Port Harcourt itself, maybe Wike will have his own defense that if the case remains in Port Harcourt, or if it's transferred back to Port Harcourt, that is where it will be easily influenced. These guys, they know how they influence things. We want a Nigeria, we want to get to a state in our country that regardless of where the case is being held, we know that it will not be influenced. That is where we want to come to, because the reason Femi Falana is stating this, because he knows that we've not gotten to that point here, that regardless of where the case is being held, and also all these promises, they should not be mentioned at all. Because if Wike is planning to build houses, where is he going to pull the funds from? Where that funds, where is he pulling it out from? It's a question. It's another question to ask. Anyway, guys, leave us your take down below in the comment section. We'll see if the judge would actually heed to Femi Falana's request. Thank you once again for staying tuned. Please don't forget to like, share, and to subscribe. Till I come your way again on more updates. Bye.